Hey, welcome to This Week in Pharmacy. I am your host and the founder of the Pharmacy Podcast Network, Todd Uri. It's great to be back. And just like every week, this week was flying. Flying. There's so much going on. We just got back from the National Association of Specialty Pharmacy. We covered that event. Tyler and I went out there. We met up with about 38 different people, 35 different interviews that we're going to be compiling into the NASP 2024 post show. It's going to be exciting. I can't wait to share this with our listeners. Thank you for all you do, by the way, pharmacists that are out there. You should see some of these pharmacists in specialty pharmacy and what they're doing, leveraging technology. Shout out to Accessia Health. That organization is focused on helping people to get their prescriptions paid for, especially in that specialty pharmacy space where things can really spiral out of control and become very, very expensive. All right, so also want to give a shout out to Chris Antipas for doing a great job at the NASP. He was also a sponsor for Paragon, a sponsor of the press coverage. His name of his company is Paragon Pharmacy 360. What an amazing organization. We had fun working with them. Acaria Health was also there. Amazing specialty pharmacy that's really moving forward with specific disease state. We expect to have them back on the show, kind of dial into some things and also collaborate with some of our digital health folks that are out there. And then last, but certainly not least, my friend Sean Jensen with JB Consulting. Thank you so much for participating in the NASP podcast and being one of our press sponsors. All right. Well, I have not enough time today. We have a lot to get through. So I want to jump right into the news. And the first story I would like to review with you just came out from Pharmacy Times. It's fresh off the press. And it's titled The Evolving Role and Importance of Pharmacists in Healthcare Systems. And I liked listening to the interview that they have on their website. Just go to pharmacytimes.com and go to their news section. And this is with an interview with Amelia Arnold. Dr. Arnold is VP of Operations for 4 community pharmacy locations in Maine, who she goes on to saying how instrumental they are at getting provider status and legislation in Maine passed, and serves as a tireless advocate to educate lawmakers about the value of pharmacy's role and what they do. This is incredible. She goes through and shares with Pharmacy Times about the recognition of pharmacists as clinical providers, especially during the pandemic, and how this proved where pharmacists should be in the ecosystem of medicine. Just a shout out to Amelia. You did a great job at this interview. Look this up. And if you are a health system pharmacist and you would like more recognition in the work that you do, which we need more of you out there, please reach out to TWIRx, This Week in Pharmacy. And let's begin to TWIRx. TWIRx. Yeah. All right. Up in the news, if you see on your screen, if you're watching on YouTube, you can find TWIRx there. If not, listening is just fine. Keep your hands on the wheel. Be careful you don't run any dogs over. And remember, it's October is Pharmacist Month. So shout out to you, pharmacists. You're my most favorite providers doing some great work. Hey, Amazon just made the news again. Amazon same-day prescription delivery expanded to nearly half of the United States in 2025. And although I would much rather see independent community pharmacies in the news, it's still very much needed to soak up a lot of the pockets of pharmacy deserts spreading throughout, like a plague, spreading throughout the United States. So they are going to make a push and bring more attention to delivery. Shout out to my guy, Kunal Viaz, founder of RX Mile. If you don't know about RX Mile and you are a community pharmacy owner, please look them up, rxmile.com. They're going to run circles and or keep up at the minimum, keep up with Amazon in their mapping of where their strengths are within communities in delivery, We just completed a 3-part series with RX Mile on this exact theme of logistics and the importance of logistics to expand your pharmacy business. And therefore you can compete with Amazon, and you don't even have to worry about it. Just reach out to rxmile.com and tell them Todd Urey told you to get you hooked up. And it's very quick. Hey, there's an article out of KMVT Station 11. That's KMVT Station 11. And this comes out of Twin Falls, Idaho. And the title is New Law Requires Transparency for Pharmacy Benefit Managers. Just ask me on Twitter or Instagram, or if you hook up through LinkedIn, ask me how happy I am to see a barrage of changes and of fight back to the 3 biggest PBMs. I love it. They're making the news almost every day, definitely every week. This Week in Pharmacy, we're always talking about the PBMs having to shift. I love it. I love it. I love it. House Bill 596 looks to provide more transparency in the world of pharmacy benefit managers, said Shannon Hull, the Market Oversight Bureau Chief for the Idaho Department of Insurance. This is, once again, great news. Ms. Hull explained that pharmacy benefit managers act as middlemen between health insurance and pharmacy. So when you go fill a prescription at the pharmacy, it's probably that claim is going through the pharmacy benefit manager, being processed, and then it goes into your health insurance, and goes on to describe the problems that they're facing and how this new law will require more transparency. It's just like, why is that even a thing? Why did we even have to pass a law? Why wouldn't one of the 3 big PBMs, or all 3 of them, of the big PBMs, why not just be transparent? You're shady. You're a bunch of shady old individuals out there. Slim shadying. All right, I'll stop. All right. In our news, we have released just on October 10th from the American Pharmacists Association, interactive immunization map shows where patients can partner with community pharmacies. I love this. This is part of the news that's coming out of the APHA, and it's describing that the APHA and the University of Pittsburgh School of Pharmacy have released 2 new maps that visualize where community pharmacies offer immunization services in the United States. This is powerful. We love it. Shout out to Pittsburgh School of Pharmacy. You guys are rocking it. Send some of your P3s and P4s down to the studios here in Brownsville. We're about an hour away from University of Pittsburgh. This goes on to say that the hope is that the patients and public champions will use the interactive map to learn how to access and engage pharmacists in efforts to expand equitable access to vaccinations, said Lucas Brennenbrock. Dr. Brennenbrock's been on, Barenbrock has been on our show several times. A shout out to Dr. Luke. Go Luke, go Pitt, right? Actually, go UConn University. I take it back. I'm going to shout out for my Huskies this weekend. Actually, I think they have a bye. Jeez. I guess I'll shout out to the Pittsburgh Steelers, because Dr. Lucas and I can agree on Pittsburgh Steelers. Setting with what are we, 4-1? I don't know. Anyhow, so he goes on to say how a professor of pharmacy and digital therapeutics, how this map is really going to help the public, and it's exciting to see that it's available. And once again, this is great information. Hey, before we get on with today's interviews with Nancy Zimmerman, who's just a business development wonder, and she just loves independent community pharmacies. We're going to be also talking with Stephen Beckman, CEO of Yaral Pharma. We're going to be doing a feature today of the NCPA, the National Community Pharmacists Association's Super Bowl event in Columbus, Ohio. You do not want to miss this event. I'm telling you what, we are getting charged up for 2025. Things are going to be crazy in 2025 with so many pharmacists being supported by several new entities, one which we're part of. We can't wait to share the news with you. of what we're going to be doing to empower entrepreneurial pharmacists, single pharmacists that are out there cutting it up and doing some amazing things. But before that, we're going to HLTH in Vegas. That's the health conference. You can find more about them at HLTH. Just Google that. It's the big collaborative digital health conference. Well, guess what? iCare Plus, the portfolio, the digital health tools portfolio from IPC, and Independent Pharmacy Cooperative, will be at the event. We cannot wait to work with IPC. We cannot wait to have our press interviews take place in their booth. Their booth is 4240. Once again, booth 4240. And this is with IPC. A shout out to my guy, Ashton, for making this come together. We're so excited that you're sponsoring the Pharmacy Podcast Network's coverage of HLTH 2024. Hey, they have a meeting cube. So if you want to set up some meetings with IPC, if you are listening and you are a strategic partner and you want to build relationships deep into community pharmacy and digital health, please reach out to Ashton and myself and set up a meeting. The meeting cube is 5646, and then the booth is 4240. But I will help you set that up because those guys are exciting. All right, and then the end of the month, we're going to Columbus to the NCPA 2024. We cannot wait to see everyone there. It's going to be a great time. Super Bowl of community pharmacy. We're ready to go. We're ready to celebrate independent community pharmacy strength in numbers, Together RX. And we're excited about today. So I want you to enjoy today's TWIRx. Make sure that you hashtag TWIRx, TWIRX, on Twitter, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on Facebook. TWIRx and TWIRx. We're going to be giving away some TWIRx t-shirts. TWIRx Are you twerking in a shirksin? Are you twerking in our shirkskins? Oh, I got to work on my rap. If anybody can rap out there and make me a little bit more rizzle, or is it Riz? I don't remember. But anyway, let's get on with these interviews. This is exciting. First up, Stephanie Zimmerman. Stephanie Zimmerman. Real Value RX. Time to TWIRx. Hey, we're back, and on This Week in Pharmacy, guess what? We are getting ready for the largest gathering of community pharmacies in the nation. We're going to the NCPA 2024 event in Columbus, Ohio, which is really interesting place to have this event. And I'll tell you, I've never gone to an NCPA in Columbus or anywhere around Pennsylvania. So do you know how excited I am that I don't have to go to a freaking airport and stand in line and go through all of that? Because guess I love going to conferences and meeting up with pharmacists. It's probably one of my most favorite things to do. What I can't stand is the travel. So me and my crew, the crew and I, we get to get in our vehicle and take our time. It's going to take us about 3 hours to get to Columbus and spend time with all of you at the National Community Pharmacists Association. One of the people that I'm most excited to see who's assisting us in our press coverage of this event is Stephanie Zimmerman, my friend. She's been my friend for years. I want to welcome you to TWIRx today, This Week in Pharmacy.
Hey, Todd, how are
Hi.
you?
I'm not going to make you TWIRx, by the way. If you wanted a TWIRx, we could make you TWIRx.
I don't know if I can do that anymore. I'm getting so old.
Stop saying that because I'm in the same category as you. All right. First of all, before we start out, we're 2 weeks away. It's an exciting time. You and I have some similar news to share with the audience. I'm going to let you go first, but what big event has taken place in your home?
Oh my gosh, Todd, I'm over the moon. So I not only had one grandchild, I had two within 2 days. And so I'm here at my son's house and just all the things, and it's like I have a granddaughter and then I have a grandson and they're all in the same town. So it makes it easy. I can bounce back and forth. And then tell me your news.
Hey. Yeah, I had a grandson myself. Shout out to Byron and Chelsea, my stepson and daughter-in-law, and I'm just thrilled. And this is their third baby. and
Oh,
they named all their kids. It sounds like rock star band members, so we're calling it the rock star band of three kids now. And so I'm excited. I can't believe I'm a grandpa. So it's kind of a weird sensation.
I know, right? And they're so much fun, and everyone can say that, but until you experience it, you just have no idea. But it's just amazing. I'm so proud of my kids, of my boys, and their wives, and just I'm over the moon.
Well, I'm excited to be working with you again. You've always been a source of information for us through independent community pharmacy, your whole background. You joined the team at Real Value. You've been part of the team for a while now. Talk to us about the special events that are taking place in booth 1109. That's 1109, because I'm really impressed with the content that you're bringing to this. It's almost like a mini conference within a conference at the Real Value RX booth.
Yeah. I'm super excited. I'm going to share my screen here shortly, but I wanted to say, we have so much to say at Real Value. I mean, we have products that are higher, AWP, and we can actually help you be profitable. But then we have a lot of things going on with DSCSA guidelines. We want to talk to you about controls and how to manage controls. We want to talk to you about how to be profitable with GLP-1s. There's so many things that we want to share. So we decided to have like little mini seminars within our own booth. And that way you can kind of come in. We're going to have candy, for Halloween, of course, and just a lot of fun stuff, and just getting to see our family of pharmacies. That's our thing. And I'm with you. I'm so excited to see everyone. And now I'm on the Real Value team, and I'm just looking forward to sharing what all we're about. So I'm going to share my screen real quickly. Todd, can you see this okay?
I can. And
Okay.
just for the listeners, if you're jogging, if you're in your car listening to your podcast, this will be streaming on YouTube. So we'll actually have some links in social media. But we'll go through some of the sessions that you have. You have a tremendous amount of opportunities for pharmacists to learn about different things that are taking place that could impact their business. So let's go through a couple of these.
Yeah. So it's going to be like every half hour. And this is going to be on the 27th and 28th from 1 o'clock to 3:30. But understanding the importance of the DSCSA guidelines, I think there's a lot of like questions out there, and we have an expert on our team that is just tremendous in a world of knowledge on this. So our team,
Jedi Master JD, he's the DSCSA. He's the guy. Every time I talk to him, he brings it into focus. So he owes me the new focus, because this thing keeps changing as we kind of like move forward, and it's confusing.
he is our compliance officer, and let me tell you, he is in the know. He's going to be able to help you tremendously. So I would highly recommend, like, if you can see this, and even if you can, I'll tell you the times. But at 1 o'clock on the 27th, he'll start his spiel, and then every half hour we're going to change it up a little bit. But we'll do that twice on the 27th, and then twice on the 28th, of where you'll understand and can get some knowledge on DSCSA guidelines. But we also want to go over, a lot GLP-1s, it's a hot topic, obviously, and not profitable though. And it's hard because, I mean, some people are not making profits, but some people, they've got it all figured out. We want to help you with the profitability piece of this. There's a lot of adjunct therapy. There's a lot of things that we can bring in, and we've got the knowledge there. So we're going to actually be speaking about that at 1:30 on the 27th, and then at 1:30 on the 28th. So there's a lot of good things there. And then therapeutic alternatives. We all know that we have to stay alive and we have to thrive in pharmacy. And we do have some alternatives that might help you with profitability. So that's at 2 o'clock on both days. And then controls and compliance. What do we have to do to be in control of our controls?
Controls. Don't let your controls control you.
Yes, yes, we could say a lot of things about all of that. So that's perfect. We need to have a t-shirt made or something like that.
Yeah.
Um, at 3 o'clock, we're going to do understand the importance of DSCSA guidelines. I told you I was going to say that too quickly and I wouldn't come out correct. So we're going to do that again at 3 o'clock on both days. And then the very end, we're going to talk to you a little bit about how to detail doctors and the steps for success to get those doctors to write you the scripts that you need to be profitable and to help your patients and have therapeutic benefits for your patients. So there's a lot of things there. And we just had so much to say, we decided to have seminars within our own booth at 1109. And so come by, we'll have TVs with the football game. We'll have obviously your pharmacy podcast. And then we'll also have some candy and then all of our little seminars. So there's a lot going on at our booth, and we just want to see all of our customers and then just to get to know you guys better. So reach out to your rep. And then if you don't have one and you want to get signed up with Real Value products, it's super simple. Just go to our website at realvalueproducts.com. And then we can easily get you connected with the right person and get you started.
Excellent. I also want to give a shout out to the listeners. If you're a pharmacy owner and you want to schedule some time specifically with the Real Value team, and maybe you even want to tell them a little bit about your business, tell them about your mix. You may have a primary wholesaler, you might be moving to more of a cash-based system, you might just want to balance off some of your intake and your inventory. There's so much information that this team brings to the table. I want you to go to realvaluerx.com, go to the contact section. Once again, realvaluerx.com, the contact section. Put in your information. It's real simple form. And in the message, I want you to put in NCPA 2024. That's going to tell the team at Real Value to schedule some time with you, follow up with you, because there's lots of time. There's time on the exhibit floor, but then there's meeting times that you could be scheduling time with Stephanie and the team other times as well to get ready for this new year coming, 2025. We don't have any time more to waste, Stephanie. It's like go time right now as business is viable. Pharmacy deserts, 8,000 plus pharmacies have closed in the last 24 months. Every single pharmacy that's open in the United States right now is more vital than ever before than it was a year ago. It's even more vital now. So having Real Value as a partner to tie in and to give you some intelligence and some analytics as to what is the best in your case, and everybody's different. So I want a pharmacy owner that's listening right now that wants to kind of understand some things. Just reach out to the team, schedule your time with Real Value. Stephanie, I cannot wait to see you in Columbus. Where are you coming from to get to Columbus? Do you get to drive like I do, or do you have to fly?
No, thank goodness I'm flying. I'm flying in from North Carolina. Fortunately, I wasn't hit as hard as Asheboro and or Asheville. I'm sorry, Asheville, North Carolina. I'm in Greensboro, so we just got by the skin of our teeth. But I really, Real Value. We're really thinking about the people that got hit so hard, and please, I know there's a lot of people that are so affected, and we just really, our hearts go out to all of them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just devastating. So yeah,
Well,
but I will be flying from Greensboro and just a short little hop, skip, and a jump.
going to the Columbus airport and get there. Yeah, it's nice. We're going to drive. It's like I said, 3 hours, NCPA 2024. This is an important time to come together. It's time to share with each other strategies, different things that are happening. In 2025, we're going to have connections to a new DME program that's going to actually be self-run for community pharmacies. We're going to have access to like PR and doctor detailing services so that it can be done for them, kind of like a turnkey. A lot of changes are coming because there's an aggressive push for independent community pharmacies to survive. And it's really only the way that we can run. We're going to both be exhausted in 2025 because there's so much to do this year. But
Yeah, yes.
I'm absolutely ready.
And Todd, real quickly, I just want to say, I used to be a business coach for independent pharmacies, and I'm still kind of doing the same type of thing with real value, because we have some of those profitability pieces to our company or with our company. And so, reach out to us, because not only do we provide you with the generics that you need, but we also provide coaching, and we have the best team ever as far as as far as the support that you need. We completely went fully automated. We've ran into a lot of hiccups there, but we're on our way to really getting back to really providing you with the best support, obviously. So just wanted to throw that out there, but I
Okay.
can't wait to see everyone.
I know, me too. I remember the pedigree that you had at PDS and business coaching really brought in a lot of knowledge for you to share. So there's things that pharmacists are so in the trenches that sometimes they can't look up and see that there's other business development opportunities. And those are the kinds of things that the Real Value team are able to kind of present to them through your knowledge. So I'm excited. So we're so pleased to be partnering with you at the event. Can't wait to see you guys. We'll be in your booth on Monday. There's a Sunday, Monday exhibition. We'll be in there, I think, between 12:30 and 3. And if you are listening and you want to go to Real Value's contact page, once again, fill it out, put in NCPA 2024. If you want to be part of the show, you can actually reach out to Stephanie to become part of the show as well. So we're inviting you now to do that. But Stephanie, I will see you in Columbus.
I can't wait, Todd. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me today.
Thank you.
This is Debbie Marcello, host of the Happier at Home PRN podcast. Did you ever consider all of the potential cash revenue that you're giving away? What if you were to learn about services and products that you could keep in-house as opposed to referring your customers out? On my podcast, Happier at Home PRN, learn from the experts who have expanded their services to increase revenue, earn out-of-pocket payments, all while increasing the quality of care in their community. Listen to our past podcasts and join us for future episodes where we focus on growing your pharmacy into a thriving business. And we're not talking about keeping your head above water. We're talking about wealth and the survival of your pharmacy.
Hey, and on this week in pharmacy, guess what we're getting ready for? The National Community Pharmacists Association, the Super Bowl of all things independent community pharmacy, is happening in October. It's October 26th. Yes, it's October 26th. It's coming fast. We're getting ready. We're thinking about what can we do to highlight what's happening in independent community pharmacies survival. More important than ever before, you know this, with the pharmacy deserts and things happening to PBM reform, we're going to see less and less pharmacies. This is probably going to get tight and a little worse for our communities throughout the nation than when it's going to get better. But we're fighting, and we know that you are fighting as well as independent pharmacy owners. And part of that is we have to build partnerships with organizations and people that have subject matter expertise to extract from that and support in the support of our communities, to bring people in that know how to build little businesses within businesses and programs for your independent community pharmacy business. I want to introduce not a stranger to the podcast, been on lots of different shows with me, but I want to bring back my friend, Stephen Beckman, to This Week in Pharmacy. Stephen, it's so good to see you.
It's a pleasure to be here as always.
Hey, you know what's special for me? I'm not sure where you're going to be, but when I go to conferences, the worst part of conferences for me is the travel. I can't stand airports. I don't want to drive. Like, I just don't like it. But once I get there, I absolutely love being with these people. It's my life. It's my career. I get to drive from Pittsburgh to Columbus anytime I want to. I get to relax. I get to be in the car. It's only a 3-hour drive. That in of itself is another reason I'm excited about NCPA this year in Columbus.
Well, I can only say the same thing. Having traveled most of my career around the world, airports are getting a little bit long in the tooth and a little tiresome and challenging. So whenever you can commute by car to a venue like this, it's always a nice pleasure to do the same. So I'll probably be following right behind you.
Awesome. Yeah, it's going to be good. So something that's special about Yaral, I met Steven, strangely enough. He lives in my community right here in Brownsville, Pennsylvania, in the Pittsburgh area. And we met in San Diego at the NACDS. Since then, we've built this friendship. We've also built this understanding and knowledge of what Yaral's doing. And I think it's really special. And one of the things that I want Steven to talk to us about today is the survival and thriving of independent community pharmacies relies on the support that they get and then how they put those puzzle pieces together. Sometimes that's different for every one of them. That's the special thing about being a private business owner. You don't have to conform to the big chains or anything like that. But Yaral, you guys have put together a partnership program specifically designed for pharmacists, but I think of community pharmacies because they want to build programs. So open up to what you and I have talked about before in the shop and on the phone. What does that mean, partnering with Yaral Pharma?
Well, as a generic company, we obviously promote a range of products from 505(b)(2)s to ANDAs to even authorized generics. And traditionally, generic companies are not one to spend a lot of time promoting. We sell to our direct customers and our wholesalers, and we want to be a little bit different company. And a lot of our effort in 24 has been focused around the independent pharmacy or pharmacy channel, because we believe that that's really critical for us to engage, not so much from a promotional standpoint, but from an education and an awareness standpoint. It's really important that, these independent pharmacists and all pharmacists, but especially independent pharmacies, have the knowledge and information, because it's becoming more difficult to get, or the consistency. So one of our key mantras or key objectives for this year in 24, which we plan to continue in 25, is to communicate aggressively to the pharmacy channel, and specifically starting and building from there the independent pharmacists. And we do that to ensure that, one, they're aware that we're here and the products that we have and that we're supporting, that there is education and knowledge put around it. I've been in this industry for over 30 years, and I started as a sales rep. In fact, I'm so old that I'm an old detail guy, is what they used to call us back in the day, carrying the bag. But back in those days, it was about a transfer of information and knowledge. And not that it's not that today, but we've lost some of that in different ways. And part of what we want to do as a company is to show that we're going to be different. And being different means not only do we make them aware of our products and what we're doing and what our pipeline is and all those things that are important, but more importantly, we want to listen to the dynamic of their business. How's their business running? We know there's lots and lots of challenges, as you mentioned, and it's frustrating. But we know that these individuals, these independent pharmacy owners and pharmacists, are there because they care about the patient, and quite frankly, so do we. So, what better partnership can we create than if we start really understanding their business and try to think about ways that not only can we support them with great products, but we can support them with programs. And those programs could be something that could be educational for the patients, something that helps them in their business. But ultimately, the goal is to continue to listen. Because at the end of the day, if you don't listen, you can't learn. If you don't learn, you can't apply new approaches and new ways to partnership with your customers in order to make, first and foremost, the patient successful in their treatment outcomes, and help the pharmacist be more successful in supporting those outcomes. So maybe I'll stop there and see if that spurs any questions.
Yes, that what it does is it spurs what a conversation that you and I've had before about our senior population, and our home care is becoming a growth center for independent community pharmacies. We've partnered with Debbie Marcello with Happier at Home. She's implanting these home care agencies as a franchise to a community pharmacy owner. You've come in and you've helped me understand, hey, Todd, here's an opportunity to take the world that we're concerned about from an opioid usage perspective. And now let's educate our pharmacists again and just refreshen their knowledge about other alternatives for pain management. There was a huge story out of the Indy Star just this summer that commented that there is a national worry about giving seniors too many opioid products, what that does to their kidneys, their livers, and just ongoing, and how there are alternatives in some cases when a pharmacist works with the physician or works with a specialist to come up with an alternative. So that's what I'm saying is I want the pharmacist of this community, whatever community that this independent is in, to be a resource of education and knowledge to these people.
Well, it's great to hear. All these programs are really important to have, and it's all about customizing down to the community level, right? So, and how these programs can be run through the independent pharmacy to create more value and confidence in the patient population that they serve. That's great. And when you speak about pain management, we've talked about this a lot over the last number of months. And I think the most important thing I've learned in talking with experts like the pain guy and other people that we've talked to is that it's about options. It's not about a specific product per se. It's about the options within pain management. And as a company, we obviously have some products that are in the topical pain space and so forth. And every patient and every patient group needs to have those options available to them. So if there are concerns about aging population and the overuse of certain products, that's definitely something that everybody should be looking at, whether it's pain management or other therapeutic areas. So I think the most important thing is that if they don't know what those options are, if they don't know what might be the best scenario, and even the options can change within an individual patient over time. So I think the most important thing is that these independent pharmacists have to have the resources in order to have the conversations not only with the physicians and the patients, but ultimately help that transference of information and support on the choices that are made for them and what are prescribed by their physicians. So I think it's absolutely important. And when you talk about home health care is a big area that ties into the independent pharmacy. As we progress, I think we're going to see more of this. I think we're going to see a renaissance back to a more community-focused approach versus just large national-wide initiatives. I think we'll see, if you will, the intimacy between the pharmacy and the patient, the other healthcare providers and the patients, actually come back into play a little bit more. Because what we're finding is that the way we have been doing maybe has not been optimized. So I think that's what's great. And at Yaral, that's what we want to be a part of. We want to be part of the solution. We want to be part of the answer. And the only way to do that is get great minds talking and challenging, debating what is a way to balance both what we do in terms of delivering great outcome in healthcare, as well as how we deliver that from a business platform in order to sustain that and deliver and make it better.
Yep. Okay. So here's what I want the listeners to know. If you're listening through just our podcast, you're not watching the video, that's okay. There's going to be a link in the show notes. It's going to be yaralpharma.com/business development. We'll actually have that link implanted. Don't worry about it. But if you're watching, you'll see the link now. What I want you to do is go to this link. You're going to go to the very bottom of the page. Just fill out this basic information to reach out to the Yaral team. Steve will probably be in touch with you or someone on his team. I want you to go to the comments section and put in code NCPA 900. Once again, that's NCPA 900. And the booth that you can meet up with Yaral is booth 900. But what I want you to do is schedule time to talk with Steven and his team about building a program and being able to extract this information from Steve and his team to get you ready for the new year. Because when we get into 2025, Steven, it's all 12 cylinders going as fast as possible. You're a car guy. I'm a car guy. We know how much 12 cylinder, how much power is behind that, but we need to be full press to not only make money as community pharmacies, but get more programs out to communities that are going to be 10, 20, 30 miles away from accessibility to just the community pharmacy that's thriving. So these pharmacies have to thrive. So we're excited about this program.
Yeah, and that's what's great about NCPA. Obviously, we are going to be present at the NCPA, and actually, it's going to be the largest presence we've ever had in any of our professional trade associations so far. So that's what's really exciting about this. And if anything, what it says to hopefully all the independent pharmacies, pharmacists and owners is that as a company, we're making a significant investment in our participation there, because we want to do exactly that, Todd. We want to interact, we want to listen, we want to talk, we want to know what we can start thinking about internally as we move into 25. So for us, 25 is starting this month in October.
Right now.
And that's what we're hoping to then take that information back. So we are hitting on all cylinders. We are running at full speed in 25, and that we can continue to support the most, one of the most critical channels in all of healthcare, which is the pharmacist.
That's right. All right. We're excited. We're going to be there. We're going to be inside the booth. Once again, it's the Yaral booth at the NCPA exhibits is going to be booth 900. Once again, you fill out that form, put in code NCPA 900. Let's schedule time with Stephen and his team. Stephen, cannot wait to see you. We're going to have to get a drink next week or two just to meet up and talk shop.
Well, Todd, I look forward to that. And obviously, kudos to all that you guys are doing at Pharmacy Podcast Network. You have built a platform that is actually allowing us to start having these conversations, pulling people together more aggressively, and communicating at a higher level than I've witnessed in the past. So keep up what you're doing, and we look forward to continuing the relationship.
Thank you. Hey, once again, reach out to the Yaral Pharma team. They're ready to go. It's yaralpharma.com/business development. We'll see you in Columbus. Reach out to us. Let us know you're going to be there. And that's a rapidy dap. A rapidy dap for TWIRx. Hey, what is going on in your life? Are you nervous about the new year? Do you want to level up in some way? Have you ever thought of starting your own pharmacy consultancy? We are preparing for some big things, and I'm being serious. I'm not even exaggerating. We are going to have infrastructure built for our pharmacist entrepreneurs. Imagine an organization standing behind you, which has 15 plus years of networking and knowledge and connections, and really being able to pinpoint where you belong in order to develop business for you, and dialing into your clinical knowledge and being able to take that clinical knowledge to your community, to different parts of the state that you live in, to build awareness of your services, to sell for you, to market for you, to build your brand. That is coming. That's coming. All that infrastructure is ready to go. And I want you to ask me about it. Just once again, reach out to the Pharmacy Podcast Network, go to our contact section and say, hey, what is this that you're talking about, this infrastructure? I have been in business development and sales since 1996 and since 2004 in the pharmacy profession. And I finally figured out, it's like a Rubik's Cube. I've solved the Rubik's Cube that was holding me back in my career and in growing my business. And I'm going to bring those secrets to you, and I'm going to put myself behind it, our reputation, my reputation behind it, and help you grow your business as a consultant pharmacist, as an entrepreneurial pharmacist, just like we're going to be doing right out of the gate with about 6 of you, 6 consultant pharmacists and entrepreneurial pharmacists. You have to reach out to me and learn more about this. Once again, just go to pharmacypodcast.com. I cannot wait to go full blast power with this. And also small businesses, that is small organizations that are looking to build their brands, looking to tailor their message, tailor what they're saying so that it can be a lot more intimate and a lot closer to the specific pharmacy realm that you're dialing into. Is it specialty? Is it community? Is it long-term care pharmacy? Is it compounding? We have channels now for all of these places to help you with a campaign. We could take over your business development for your small company. We're also going to be doing a lot of new public relation connections, public relations in your either in your locale, in your state, or at a national level. I'm excited. I'm pumped up. You heard it here first on TWIRx. Once again, our new services division, which is going to be all about branding and helping pharmacists blow their businesses up. I want to be known as the Jerry Maguire of the pharmacy profession. Show me the money, right? Show you the money. We're ready to show you the money. So let's grow together in 2025, but we have a lot of work to do. It's the 11th of October. Let's start planning now, because by the time we hit January of 2025, we are going to be full blast. And I cannot wait to help you. I cannot wait to do this. Finally, I get to do more than just what we've built through the Pharmacy Podcast Network. This is going to be big. All right. Thank you so much for your work as pharmacy technicians. Remember, the NPTA's podcast will now be published. They'll be picking some special episodes and pushing it through the Pharmacy Podcast Network. We love our techs. And pharmacists, thank you for everything you're doing in health system and specialty and community and all the sectors of pharmacy, long-term care. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe on Apple, on Spotify, on any of the podcast directories. We will see you next week on This Week in Pharmacy.